Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we live in. ESPN has recently put out their top 100 players of all time. A bunch of their correspondents joined in to rank the top 100 players of all time in their opinion. I'm not going to get into all of them. You could go to ESPN.com. They first did 51 to 100, then 26 to 50, and today was the top 25. So go to ESPN.com to look at that. I'll quickly share the top 10, and then we're going to go over, in my opinion, 10 of the biggest snubs from the list. Top 10 in descending order. 10th, Stan Musial. 9th, Walter Johnson. 8th, Barry Bonds. Too low, but that's for another video maybe. 7th, Mickey Mantle. 6th, Lou Gehrig. 5th, Teddy Ballgame, Ted Williams. 4th, Ty Cobb. 3rd, Hammer and Hank Aaron. 2nd, Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays. And number 1, the Bambino, Babe Ruth. That's their top 10. Again, they ranked 100 guys. I'm going to go over 10 that I believe could be considered snubs from the list. I'm going to name them in alphabetical order and give you a brief word on each. Let's start with bagpipes. Jeff Bagwell, long-time Astro in his career, was named the 1994 NL MVP. Drove in over at least 100 runs 9 times. Also scored at least 100 runs 9 times. Had over 100 walks 7 straight years from 1996 to 2002. One of the most feared hitters of the 90s. Here's the one current player I have, Mookie Betts. Definitely an argument that he could have been on over Harper. Bryce Harper, I believe, is somewhere in the 90s. Mookie Betts was the 2018 American League MVP and was runner-up last year, NL MVP with the Dodgers. Won a World Series with both of those teams. Finished 2nd, 6th, 1st, and 8th with Boston in MVP voting his last 4 seasons with the team. And he also won 5 straight gloves for his fielding prowess in right field from 2016 to 20. Tom Glavine, part of the famed trio of Atlanta Braves starting pitchers. Of course, Greg Maddux made the list, somewhere in the top 20, I believe. John Smoltz was near the rear, somewhere in the 90s. Tom Glavine did not make it at all. Glavine won 2 Cy Youngs in 1992 and 98 in the NL with the Braves. Also was twice a runner-up and twice finished 3rd. He is actually the last pitcher, most recent, to win 300 games in his career, as 305, and was someone you could always count on to pitch every 5 days. He had at least 29 starts every year from 1988 to 2007, not including the strike of 1994. Here we got an old-timer, Harry Heilman with the Detroit Tigers. He won 4 batting crowns, including a 403 batting average in 1923. He batted at least 309 every season from 1919 to 1930. Here we got Ferguson Jenkins. Fergie Jenkins was the 1971 NL Cy Young. He was also the runner-up in Cy Young twice. Finished 3rd twice. 5 times led the league with the least free passes, walks per 9 innings. Won 284 games. Also had 267 career complete games, leading the league 4 times. Here we got Eddie Murray. Eddie Murray is one of 6 players in MLB history to be a member of the 500 home run, 3,000 hit club. From 1978 to 85, his finishes in MVP voting while with the Orioles were 8th, 11th, 6th, 5th, 2nd, 4th, and 5th. His 1,917 RBIs are the 11th most all time. Here we'll go really far back. Kid Nichols. Kid Nichols had 362 career wins, which is 7th all time. A career 2.96 ERA. Also led his league in WHIP 3 times. We got Rafael Palmeiro. They included guys with PEDs. So Rafael Palmeiro, yes, he was called using PEDs, but like Eddie Murray, he is also one of the 500 home run, 3,000 hit club members. He has more career walks, 1,353, than strikeouts, 1,348. From 9 straight seasons from 1995 to 2003, he had at least 38 home runs and 104 RBIs. Next, we got Gaylord Perry. Gaylord Perry, some may see him as a cheater, but again, the PED guys were included. Gaylord Perry was known for possibly throwing a spitball as well as putting other substances on the ball. But he produced, was the 1972 AL Cy Young, the 1978 NL Cy Young, won 314 games, and from 1964 to 74, an 11-season span, he had 8 seasons with a sub-3 ERA, also a very solid 1.12 whip over that time frame. And last, another old-timer, George Sisler, the 1922 MVP. His 257 hits in 1920 stood as the record for over 8 decades until Ichiro surpassed the single-season hit record. Sisler hit over 400 in 1920 and 1922, and he led his league in stolen bases 4 times in his career. So there we have it. 10 of the biggest snubs, in my opinion, in the ESPN top 100 players of all time. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree that some of these guys should have been on the list? Some other guys I could have mentioned: Johnny Mize, Kurt Schilling, some reason not in the Hall of Fame, Mike Messina, Robin Roberts, Bert Blyleven, Gary Carter. But yes, go through the list on ESPN. They did their top 100. You'll surely agree with some, surely disagree with some. But let me know in the comments who you believe was the biggest snub to not be named one of the 100 best baseball players in history according to ESPN. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm outie.